Doesn't matter. Because regardless of where you experience God, the minute you actually experience God, you will realize that God is everywhere. So for some people, it's easier to connect with an experience of divinity when I've got something to focus on, an image, some form of the divine. Makes it easier for me to focus, makes it easier for me to love, makes it easier for me to meditate on it. No problem. For some, that form is distracting. It's easier to just focus on infinite presence. Also wonderful. Because see, if I connect with God, let's say I connect with God through a form outside of me. Whether it's a form of Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, Shivji, Mother Goddess, the tree in my backyard, Ganga, whatever it may be. The minute that I actually experience the divine, I see that divine in all. If I really experience Lord Krishna, even if I have that experience while I'm seeing a beautiful murti of Bhagwan Krishna, the minute that I actually have that awareness, if it's real and it's deep and it's full, then I'm able to see Krishna everywhere. And if I'm not, then it wasn't a full experience yet. And in the same way, if I experience the divine as this infinite, nameless, formless, supreme presence, well then of course I'm able to realize that that presence pervades all. I'm able to experience that presence in everyone and everything. I love Ganga, which means, of course, that every little river and rivulet and tributary and puddle and drop of Ganga, I'm going to love. Because I realize, well, it's all Ganga, right? So if I have this experience of the infinite divine, if the divine is infinite and I've connected with that infinite reality, well, that infinite reality is present in you, in you, in you, in everything. Otherwise, it's not infinite. So start anywhere, it doesn't matter. And here's the last piece of that. You ended talking about, dualism or non-duality. The teaching of non-duality, when we speak about Advaita, it says there is nothing but God. It doesn't say, the teaching of non-duality does not say God only lives in you. It says there is nothing but God. So we've gone beyond, we're obviously not a polytheistic religion, but not even a monotheistic religion that says just there is one God somewhere. The teaching is actually there is nothing but God. Which means if you want to worship God here in this form or that form, no problem. It's also God. And those who are the dualists, the bhakti tradition, those who are really enlightened, really awake, they know there's nothing but God. Those who really worship God, say Krishna, they understand there is nothing but Krishna. But here's what's beautiful. The experience of being in love is so wonderful that it's a willing a willing and a conscious suspension of this awareness that there is nothing but Krishna. There is nothing but God, even in me, as me. In order to be able to swim in, merge in, melt in that juice of bhakti, that juice of devotion. Because it's very hard to be devoted to just presence. It's very hard to be devoted to just infinite presence, to be devoted to yourself. It's a lot easier to generate love and juicy devotion and bhakti for something outside. And so in service of that beauty of love, that beauty of devotion, that joy of being the lover of a beloved, that joy of singing, praying, feeding, serving the divine, for that joy, I willingly suspend my awareness that divinity whose praises I'm singing is in me. But they know that. So there isn't even really a deep discrepancy so much as a preference in practice, a preference in how to worship. It's all right. All that matters is love God. Either way, any way, inside, outside, with form, without form, with name, without name, it doesn't matter. Just connect and love.